good. This is a short M35A2 deuce and a half fuel system basics video. Make it easier than trying to type all this up and explain it every time a new guy comes along. Here's our fuel tank. There's the electric pump in there. It's running. You may be able to hear it. That pump should make 5 to 7 psi when it's running. The primary filter is right down there underneath the alternator on the frame. Right there. That's the drain for it. From there, the fuel line goes across and goes into the booster pump, which is on the side of the injection pump right here. This is the booster pump. Comes in the bottom, goes back out the bottom, goes from there over to your secondary and final filters. You can see I've got a gauge in one of the bleeder holes on the filter housing. That way I can make sure I've got the correct fuel pressures. The booster pump on the injection pump should make 30 psi at idle and like 75 or 80 or something at full throttle. So after going through your secondary and final filters, it comes over here to your fuel density compensator. Usually that's been bypassed by the military, as you can see mine has by that little loop in the back there. So it's been bypassed. It no longer goes through here. It goes directly over here into the hydraulic head. Hydraulic head is kind of like a distributor on a gas engine car. Goes round and round, and there's a plunger in the middle that plunges up and down, and it shoots fuel out the injectors. This is a return line over here. If the truck cranks but doesn't start, you can pull this bolt out here and see how much the plunger is going up and down, or if at all. It should go up and down about 3/8 of an inch. My truck, when I first went to run it, not this one but my other one, it went up and down about 1/8 of an inch, but that isn't enough. There's a rocker button on the bottom that has a little cheesy clip that holds it on, and when they sit too long it gets gummed up and stuck, and it'll pull the little clip off. And there's also a little drive plate in there that breaks sometimes too. The procedure to pull the hydraulic head off can be pretty complicated, or a little bit involved anyway. You have to rotate the engine down to line up some timing marks inside this shutoff cover right here, and then you can take it off and fix or replace or repair the clip or whatever. The shutoff cover right here, when you pull the shutoff, it pulls this out. Mine was pulled out, I just pushed it back in. That's kind of an important deal. If that thing doesn't move freely and stuff doesn't work right or whatever, the engine can go full throttle by itself once you get it started and run away and blow up and throw a rod out the block or whatever. So when you go to first work on a truck that hasn't been run in a while or that's having problems, it's a good idea to have a way to shut off the air to the engine. Say by disconnecting the turbo inlet line here down at the bottom or something like that. It doesn't work to plug it off right over here at the inlet to the air filter, because there's another little port in the back and it'll suck air from there and continue to run, unless you plug that one and this one. But it's a more sure deal to plug it off right here going into the turbo or something. So I think that about covers the basics. Hope this makes it easier for people who are just starting out trying to get the feel for these things, or maybe just starting out trying to get one running. Oh, I recommend, if you're gonna try and get one running that has been sitting for a long time, the best way would be to pull the hydraulic head clear off, make sure the nothing's frozen up in there, the plunger moves, yada yada. But if you don't want to go all that trouble, at least pull the plug and put like WD-40 or some kind of penetrating lubricant in there for a few days, like every day, before you go to start it up, and hopefully it won't be frozen up on you.